Hello, welcome to lecture 1 of the basic class within the RALLYTOP Investing private course. In today's lecture, I want to introduce to you market structure. Market structure is an important concept in trading the forex market. Without understanding how to read your structure in the market, it will become very difficult for you to be able to have consistency in the market. Now, the type of structure I want to show to you in today's video is foundational. Once you are able to get this structure, what I'm going to discuss with you in this video, then you will be able to have consistency using our methodology. That's why you need to pay attention. If you cannot grasp what we are discussing in this very video, it will be difficult for you to trade with our methodology. All right? This is crucial and you need to pay very close attention. All right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to identify your impulse phase and correction phase in the market. All right? And I'm going to also show you how to identify your highs and lows in the market. As simple as that. This is the introduction to market structure. All right? In our next lecture, we are going to go a little deeper into market structure and we'll show you how to identify your trend in the market. But for now, I want you to pay attention to this introduction to market structure. Okay, so now, as you know, price does not move in a straight line. It moves in a zigzag pattern. So while it's moving in that zigzag pattern, it's creating impulses and corrections. Price moves impulse and corrections. As you can see, look, this is in an uptrend. You want to find something like this. Take note of what I'm showing to you now. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. All right? This is what you need to find in an uptrend. You want to see the highs in an uptrend being taken out, but the lows must be protected. All right? So this is the characteristics of an uptrend. That's a basic knowledge. I hope you understand that. The same thing in a bearish structure. You want to find impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, all right? Correction, impulse. Okay? Now, the two rules I want to give to you is that number one, the impulsive leg, look at it here. In the case of an uptrend, this impulsive leg must be longer than this corrective leg. That's the first rule. Number two rule is that the second impulsive leg must lead to a break of structure. If it doesn't break structure, there is no trend in place. That means you need to sit on your hands. Okay? This is the pattern you want to see on your chart before you do anything. If you don't find this impulse, correction, impulse, don't do anything. This is 1, 2, 3 pattern. If you don't find it on your chart, don't do anything. Sit on your hand. It means there is no trend in place. All right? Now, remember, in this type of structure, you will find the correction leg, all right, can have like 3, 4, 5, 6 candles coming down. That is when the retail traders will identify it as a pullback. All right? That is a standard or classic pullback. All right? When you have about 3, 4, 5, 6 candles coming down after the impulsive leg up, in the case of a bullish structure. All right? I'm going to also show you the bearish structure. But for now, pay attention to this bullish structure. Now, some guys are waiting for 3, 4, 5, 6 candle pullback. All right? Before they know that this is a valid pullback. But it is not always that the market will have to give you 3, 4, 5, 6 candle pullback. There are times that the smart money will pull back with only one candle and then they will carry on going. And then you'll be waiting for 3, 4, 5, 6 candle pullback and then you would have missed out of a great opportunity to make some pips in the market. Okay? I want you to understand that. Now, and that is the more reason why you need to understand how to identify a valid pullback using candle by candle, because that is crucial for our methodology. it is crucial for our methodology. All right, you need to be able to identify a valid pullback using candle by candle. So I'm going to show to you. It's simpler than what you think. I'm going to show that to you now. Now, for instance, you have this impulsive leg going up. I told you price move, impulse, correction, impulse. Now this is the impulsive leg. This is the first impulsive leg going up. All right, how do I know this is an impulsive leg going up? How do I know this is a bullish structure? It's because the current candles are breaking the previous candle's high and then finally printed this high. Can you see it? It finally printed this high. Very, very important for you to understand. Take a look. This high. All right, this high is printed. Okay, now how do you know a valid pullback using candle by candle? Now the high is protected. Where is the low of this candle that printed this high that is protected? Let's see the low. Look at the low here. This is the low of that candle. All right, now as you can see, the low, the high is protected. This candle didn't go up to take out this high. This very candle didn't go up to take out that high, but this candle came down to take out this same candle's low. It took it out. Can you see that? And after taking it out, it closed back, all right, above this previous candle's low. It closed above this previous candle's low. That means that this is a valid pullback. This one candle that you see that took out this previous candle's low is a pullback. I want you to understand that. That's how to identify your pullback using candle by candle. You don't need to always wait for this one to happen. Once you find a single candle like this taking out the previous candle's low, in the case of a bullish structure, then you know that it's a pullback. So essentially what you will have in the market is the same diagram you will have here. All right, this is your impulse, all right, which is this impulse leg here. This impulse leg, this is it here, guys. It's as simple. That's your impulse. This is your correction, which is this correction here, this correction phase. This is your correction, guys. As simple as that. And this is your second impulse, this second impulse leg. All right, you can see it here. This is your second impulse leg. Now if I want to show you this thing now on the chart, you see that it's the same diagram here. Can you see? It's the same diagram as this one. It's as simple as that. Break of structure here, just like this one, break of structure here. The same diagram. Can you see that? So that is the way for you to understand how to identify a valid pullback using candle by candle. If you are going to be waiting for this classic pullback of 3, 4, 5, 6 candles before you know that that is a valid pullback, then you'll be missing out on a lot of trades. All right, you'll be missing out. Now let's move to the second diagram. This diagram, it is exactly the same thing like this one, and I'm going to explain to you now. Now this is your impulsive leg. This your impulsive leg. It broke the highs, the previous highs, as you can see. Now printed this last high here. Let's see the last high. This is the last high, guy, and that last high is protected. As you can see, no candle went up to take out that high. It's protected. Now where is the low of this same candle that printed that high? Let's see. This is the low of that same candle. That's the low of that same candle, and as you can see, that high is protected. This candle didn't close above, didn't break it. This other one didn't break it. But before you know it, this second candle didn't come to break this low, but the third candle broke the low. Can you see that? It's the same thing. High is protected, but this low has been violated by this candle here and close above the low of this previous candle. Can you see that? This is a valid pullback too. It's a valid pullback. All right, so something like this, this is your high, your low, your high. Simple. Does it not look alike? Take a look. It look alike. It is just as this. This is the break of structure. Can you see that? I want you to understand that. Please take note of this, because if you are going to be waiting for this 3, 4, 5, 6 candle pullback before you know it's a pullback and then you want to enter the market, then you would have missed out on a lot of trades, because the smart money would have pulled back and continue going their way. Now the last one, the last diagram, take a look. Strong impulsive move, it printed this high. It printed this high here. Can you see that? After printing that high, what happened? Where is the low of the candle that printed that high? This is the low of that candle that printed that high. Correct? Correct. Now the high is protected. As you can see, no price, no candle went up to take out this high. All right, and the low is also protected. No candle came down to take out this low. Whereas some people will think that this is a valid pullback. This is not a valid pullback, guys. Why is it not a valid pullback? For the fact that this candle broke this candle's low doesn't mean that that is a pullback. Because the real candle you look at, the master candle, is this one that has printed this high and printed this low. And all of these candles are known as inside bars. They are contained within the high and low of this master candle. We call this a master candle. All right? So this is not a valid pullback. So essentially, or basically, what this means is that this is just one straight leg. This is just one straight leg, guys. As simple as that. It's just one straight leg. There is no pullback there. So I want you to know that that is for the bullish structure, and it's exactly the same thing for the bearish structure. All right, this is your impulse, correction, impulse. The same two rules I told you about applies here. All right, apply here. Sorry, the same two rules apply here. Okay, number one rule: the impulsive leg must be longer than the corrective leg or the pullback leg. Rule number one. Rule number two: the second impulsive leg must lead to a break of structure. And as you can see, it led to this break of structure. Now, if you are going to be waiting for this classic pullback, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, you'll be waiting for too long and you'll be missing out on a lot of trades. You need to understand how to read your pullback, how to identify your pullback, your valid pullback, using candle by candle. And this is what we are doing here now. This is the impulsive leg that came down. And here is your low, because it printed the lowest low there. And where is your high? Well, this is the high of that candle. Take a look at what happened. The low is protected. This candle didn't come down to break this low of this candle, but it went up to take out the high of this candle. This is our master candle. All right, it took out that high of that master candle, but didn't take out the low of the master candle. So once it take out the high of the master candle and close below it, below that high, and then continue on going down. Can you see that? So this is a valid pullback. Let me show that to you now. It's a valid pullback, guys. I need you to understand these things. These are simple concepts. Don't overcomplicate things. Now, that is your structure in the market. That is your bearish structure in the market, guys. Does it not look alike? Take a look at it. It looks alike. This is your break of structure, and this is your break of structure. So it looks alike. It is the same thing. All right? So that's the first diagram. The second diagram, the same thing. Strong impulsive move printed this very low. It printed this low. That's the lowest low. All right? It printed the low. And this low is protected because none of these candles came down to violate it. Now, where is the high? It also printed this high. Okay? This is the high of that candle. Correct? That's the eye of the candle. That's the eye of the candle, and this high has been taken out by this wick. As you can see, the low is protected, but the high is taken out. The first candle didn't take out that high, didn't take out the low. It's the third candle took out the high. All right? Can you see that? But didn't take out the low. It took out the high, meaning that this is a valid pullback. All right? So what you have here is exactly the same thing. This is your low, this is your high, and this is your low. As simple. Can you see that? It's as simple as that, guy. Look at it. It's the same thing. It looks alike. Break of structure here. As you can see, break of structure here. Okay? It's as simple as that. You need to understand these things for you to be able to trade our methodology. Now, the last diagram now, impulsive move. This is the low of this candle, all right? And this is the high. The low is protected. No candle has come down to violate it. The high is also protected. So meaning that this, our master candle, all these other candles, they are inside bars contained within the high and low of our master candle, all right? So this, to me, to the market, is one straight leg. It's just one straight leg, all right? This is not a pullback, guy. This is not a pullback, all right? But some people will mark it as a pullback, but actually that is not a pullback. So let me quickly show you some of these things on the chart so that you'll be able to appreciate what we're talking about, all right? Let me show them to you on the chart. Okay, so let us start from here. Now, if you are going to be looking for opportunities like this is a pullback, but look at the number of candles on this pullback. Sometimes you don't find this number of candles. You just find one or two candle pullback, and before you know it, price carry on going. And you'll be waiting for all this number of candles, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. Whereas the smart money has pulled back with 1 or 2 candles and carry on going. I want you to understand. So in this case, we want to start from here. Where is the highest high? Where is the highest high? This is the highest high, guys. This is the highest high. All right, that's the highest high. And where is the highest low of that candle? I mean the low of that candle. This is the low of that candle. Can you see that? This is high, this is low of this candle. And as you can see, the high is protected. None of these candles came up to violate this high. It's protected, all right? And this is a bullish structure. So we are expecting price to be going higher, higher. But look at what price did. After price printed this high and protected, the low of that candle was violated by this candle here. Can you see that? Immediately you see that violation of that low, you know that this is a valid pullback. Even if it is after that violation, price didn't continue to go down, you will know that this is a pullback. Okay, this is a pullback. I want you to understand that. So this is a valid pullback. Now after that, price broke structure here. Take a look. Price violated this structure here. All right, price violated that structure. So we call that break of structure. We have not treated the issue of break of structure just yet. Now we call that break of structure. Now price has printed a new high. All right, it has printed a new high, but we want to identify our pullback. How do we identify the pullback? Well, the way to identify the pullback is you want to identify the high. This is the high, isn't it? And as you can see, this high is protected. This high is protected, as you can see. All right, the high is protected. You see that? Now, where is the low of that candle that printed that high that is protected? It is this one here, isn't it? That's the low. This is the high protected. This is the low of this same candle. But look at price violated the low. The first candle didn't violate, but the second candle violated the low. Once you see the violation of this low, you know this is a pullback, a valid pullback. All right, this is a valid pullback. So I want you to understand that very, very well. And then we have another break of structure. That is a valid high. All right, I'm going to tell you why this is not a valid high per se. All right, as per our methodology, this is not a valid high, but I'm only showing you how to identify a pullback in the market, your impulse and correction. All right, that's what I'm trying to show you in this introduction to market structure. All right, so now this is a break of structure, but it's not a break of structure going by our rules. Okay, all right, so that's not what when we get to the topic of break of structure, you will know what I mean. So you call that break of structure, boss. So we have another new high. This is a new high in the market. All right, how do you know whether there is a valid pullback with this new high? As you can see, that is a high. That high is protected. All right. And where is the low of this candle that printed that high? This is the low. The high is protected. As you can see, this candle did not go back up to violate it. None of these candles went back up to violate it. Rather, this bearish candle came down to violate the low of that same candle that protected the high. Can you see that? So this now becomes a valid pullback. All right. So this is a break of structure, guys. This will mean a break of structure. All right. This will mean a boss. Now we have a new high. A new high. Where is it? Is this a valid high? A new high? Let's see whether there is a pullback, a valid pullback there. That is a high. All right. Let's see whether there is a valid pullback. Now, this high has this low. Can you see that? It has this low. Please try to understand what we're trying to do. It has that low. And the high is protected. As you can see, this candle didn't take it out. This one didn't take it out. Instead, price came down with this bearish candle and took out the low of this same candle that printed this high that is protected. Can you see that? So this is a valid pullback, guys. All right? That's a valid pullback. So in other words, this will be our boss. This will be our boss. All right? Because this is a valid pullback. Now, price has printed another high. Is that a valid high? I mean, if that high, is it a valid pullback? That's our high. The high is protected. So where is the low? Let's see the low. Whether the low will also be protected. That's the low, guys. Can you see that? That's the low. And as you can see, the low is also protected. So there is no pullback here. Some people will think that this is a valid pullback. No, this is not a pullback. There is no valid pullback there because the high and the lows are protected. Our master candles, our master candle high and low are protected. All these candles are inside bars contained within the high and low of our master candle. Can you see that? So we continue. Printed another high. Let's see whether we have a valid pullback here. This is our high. This is our high. And where is the low? Well, this is our low here, guys. This is our low. Can you see that? Now, the high is protected because no candle went up to take out this, our high, the high of our master candle. All right? Oh, sorry, this is the low, not this one. This one is the low. This is the low. Okay? So, high protected. How about the low? Low also protected. No candle took out the low. So, this is not a valid pullback. Just like this one, it's not a valid pullback. All right? So, where is the next high? This high. Let's see whether we have a valid pullback here. This is our high, protected. Where is the low of that candle that printed that high that is protected? All right? This is the low of that candle. That's the low of that candle. And as you can see, the high is protected, but the low is taken out by this candle. Can you see that? So this is a valid pullback. All right? It's a valid pullback. I want you to understand that. So this will mean a break of structure. This will mean a break of structure, guys. Even though it is not really our valid break of structure, but I'm just using it as for us to understand. Okay? So that's our break of structure. All right? So let's continue. Where is another high? Let's look at this high here. A high here is printed. Let's see whether it meets our rules. Let's see. High here. This is a high. And where is the low of that high? Where is the low of that high? The low is here, guys. The low is here. And as you can see, price has violated that low to the downside. Can you see that? So that means that this is a valid pullback. Valid pullback before we now see this high being printed. All right. So the last significant higher low is this one here, guys. This is the last low, higher low before this higher high, isn't it? And as you can see, price has come to violate that low. Price has come to violate that low. All right. Price has come to violate that low. As you can see, so this becomes our chalk. We are not treating the issue of chalk. I'm just telling you what has happened in the market right now. So price came back down and took out the last significant higher low before this higher high. Can you see that? And then we want to start from there again now. Now, where is the low after the chalk? After chalk, all right? Where is the lowest low here? Let's see. Let's start after the chalk. Where is it? As you can see, all these ones, no price close above. All right? No price close above. No price close above. Now, here is this one. This one is the lowest low now. All right? Let me take out these things here so that it doesn't confuse us. Now, this is the lowest low of this candle. All right? So, if we say this is the lowest low of this candle, all right? So, where is the high? So, this low is protected. If we say this is the lowest low, so where is the high? This low is protected. Okay? And now, this is the high of that same candle. All right? The low is protected. The high has been violated by this next candle. Can you see? This high has been violated by this next candle. Can you see that? It has been violated. I want you to understand that. The high has been violated. So this is a valid pullback. All right? And therefore, we now have this as our break of structure. It's our break of structure. All right? Boss. Okay? And after that boss, where is the lowest low here? Well, the lowest low is this one here, this week. Let's check. Let's see whether this is the lowest low. And as you can see, that low is protected. All right? Because no candle came down to break it. Where is the high of that candle? Is this one. Sorry, guys. I have the high here already. This is the high of that candle. Okay, that's the high of that candle, and as you can see, this bearish candle has taken it out, has taken out that high, meaning that this is a valid pullback. All right, so this is our break of structure. I hope you understand what we are doing. Please try and understand what we are doing. You can watch this video over and over again, and as you can see, price now later changed direction again to the upside. All right, please watch this video over and over again and master how we identify our pullbacks. This is crucial because if you don't understand how to identify the pullback using candle by candle, it's going to be difficult to trade with our methodology. All right, a simple process. All you need is to have chart time and back test, and then you will see what we are talking about. All right, guys, I hope this makes some sense to you, and I will see you in our next class.